Conduct of business. A, waive the first reading and introduce an ordinance adding Chapter 6.58 to the San Bernardino Municipal Code prohibiting medical marijuana distribution facilities.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, based on prior direction at one of your last meetings, I'm presenting for your consideration tonight a draft ordinance prohibiting medical marijuana distribution facilities in the city. The ordinance is based on best available legal and policy research that we've done and is quite similar to ordinances passed by other cities, both on the peninsula and across the state of California. As you know, and as I reported at the last meeting, there are legal and regulatory changes that continue to occur both at the state level, in the courts, and at the federal level, in fact. And so if that legal landscape does change between now and some point in the future, we can certainly bring back any modifications to the ordinance for you if for one reason or another it's not working as intended. Tonight, the ordinance is scheduled for introduction, so waive the first reading and introduce. And if it is introduced tonight, we will schedule it for a public hearing at the next meeting, and that would be on the 13th of September. The moratorium expires on the 25th of September. As noted in the last report, the ordinance does not affect the right of any qualified patient to cultivate, possess, or use the specified amount of medical marijuana for their own personal medical purposes. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions of the city attorney?
To the chair?
Yes, Michael.
One question. In the initial report that we heard last time, there was I believe, a distinction made between dispensaries and cooperatives. And in this ordinance that we have before us today, we're using the term facility. What are we calling it here? Distribution facilities. And I'm wondering if the term distribution facilities adequately covers both of those situations. From what I understand of cooperatives, they're not necessarily selling it, they're more providing a facility for people to sort of cooperatively own that.
You're remembering correctly that in last time's staff report, I did have a discussion of this quasi-legal distinction between cooperatives and dispensaries and indicated that it's still somewhat unclear under state law which one is which. And one of the findings in the ordinance that you have in front of you tonight, in one of the whereas clauses, is that it's very difficult oftentimes to distinguish a dispensary from a collective based on its external operation and especially its secondary effects. So therefore, on page 39, you'll find the definition of a medical marijuana distribution facility, which does in fact include both entities that sell and that in any way transmits, gives, or otherwise provides marijuana. So it covers situations in which there's not a sale, but it's occurring at a facility. So I think the ordinance does adequately cover that distinction.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Action.
Move to waive the first reading.
Second.
Motion second to waive the first reading on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Now I'll introduce the ordinance.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Salazar.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.